Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 10 at Gulfstream Park on Saturday is the Grade 2 Princess Rooney Fillies and Mares going 7/8 of a mile. $300,000 is the purse. The Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint winner of 2021, CC, back to defend her title. We've got a 4th of July sale ongoing at DRF.com. Save up to 50% off past performances, clocker reports, betting strategies, picks, the digital paper, and DRF Plus Pro. Learn more at shop.drf.com. Here's the field for the Princess Rooney. Mike and CC getting a little class relief at 4 to 5 on the morning line. Not going to have to deal with the likes of Letrusca and Clairiere on Saturday.
Yeah, and they're also going to cut her back in this race, which has worked for her in the past. In a lot of ways, it feels like the 7 might just be her best distance, Dan. In a pretty good spot. Once again, it's interesting to look at the field that she beat last year. She wasn't even favored in this race last year. She will definitely be favored this time.
Let's see where she'll be on the Timeform US pace projector after the first quarter mile or so. Spirit Wind is very fast. She is a 3-year-old filly stepping up in class. We do see CC, the number 5, near the back of the pack. I have a feeling that she can adapt if it is a blue bar scenario favoring horses on or near the early lead. I think CC can be a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages for that CC has in all of her races, whether it's sprinting or routing, Dan. She's very tactical. She has enough speed to stay close no matter what the pace is like. If they do wind up going really fast, it's not going to affect her. And if they wind up going a little slower, it's definitely not going to affect her.
Let's begin the conversation with the one Spirit Wind, 3-year-old filly taking on older horses. She has won 3 consecutive races in pretty impressive style, but she's taking a big step up in class, obviously. Her speed and advantage, according to Timeform US, it was an advantage last time out in the musical romance against Florida breds in her most recent outing, where she was able to sit just off of the pace. She takes over. It's a visually impressive performance, but against a weak field.
Yeah, and another step in the right direction for her, though, off of a little bit of a layoff. Listen, they could have put her on the lead in this race, but they decided to let a long shot go. She was very comfortable sitting off that horse. You can see how easily she won in that race. I don't know. I like all of her races, Dan. It's a pretty significant step up in class for her here, though.
The number 2, Allworthy, goes out for trainer Safi Joseph. And maybe this filly's just been waiting for sprint distances. She's been running in middle distances for most of her career. She cut back last time out at Churchill Downs, and she got it done going 6.5 furlongs. Although I wonder if more of that had to do with the fact that she got away with a very easy first quarter of 22-4, and maybe that helped her sort of spread it out at the end.
Yeah, that pace wasn't that fast last time. I mean, she ran fine. I like what you said there. It feels like maybe the cutback in distance, actually really worked for her. I mean, she did win a couple of 1-turn miles, but then she just didn't really get any better when they tried a bunch of 2-turn races against graded stakes horses. So it does feel like the cutback helped her last time, but man, did she have a soft trip in that race.
Charlie Baker's done a really nice job with the number 3, Glass Ceiling. This is a horse that's won 8 times in her career. She won a couple of graded stakes, including the Barbara Fritchie. 7 furlongs seems like it's really in her wheelhouse. And last time out in the Bed of Roses, it was a 2-month layoff. She caught a very good sprinter in Bella Sophia, and that was a race that favored Bella Sophia's running style, wasn't it? A slow pace that turned into a sprint for home.
Yeah, it definitely did. That was a tough spot for Glass Ceiling last time. Just against Bella Sophia and Obligatory, they're both really nice sprinters. And listen, Glass Ceiling just couldn't go with those horses. Her form prior to that, from earlier this year at the end of last year, got really good from Charlie Baker. What a job he's done with this horse. He's gotten her really, really good. This is a way better spot for her. I think she's a major player in this race, Dan.
No, she's not out of this at all. She is a strong contender. The 4 is Corey. We just saw her finish 3rd behind Spirit Wind in the musical romance. That was Corey's first stakes appearance in 17 lifetime starts. So she might be a little bit class compromised in here and needs a buyer boost.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really hard to make a case for her based on what she's done so far. I respect the fact that she likes to win races, but none of those wins have come against horses like this.
CC used this race last year as one of her springboards to the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint title. And in 2022, she has lost twice. She's won once, but the losses against tough competition. She faced Merneath, who freaked in the Santa Monica in her first start of 2022. And then this race, the Apple Blossom, she tried to win it. Letrusca got loose on the lead. CC made the first run at her on the turn, got to almost even terms, but Letrusca had too much left, and she'll be run down for second by a very good winning Clairiere, who would come back to win the Grade 1 Phipps with a 106 buyer. She's not quitting at the end of this race, Mike, and if she runs this race, she probably wins the Rooney.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, she ran really well in here. She's only gonna, she's gonna have to settle for third at the end, but she ran really well in that race. It's nice to know that she's come back, just as good. It feels like as a 6-year-old as she was last year when of course, she won the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. I don't know, Dan, back to defend her title, way the horse to beat.
Mark Cassie's done a nice job placing the 6 Make Mischief. We're going to take a look at her most recent race against New York Reds. This is the Critical Eye going a 1-turn mile, and she got up close to a nice, reasonable pace. She took over the lead. She's on her way. This is a comfortable performance in a fast race as well. She ran a fast one 3 starts back when she earned a 99 buyer speed figure. Maybe 7/8 is a little sharp. Perhaps she's better at a 1-turn mile, but she can trip out in a race like this, Mike, because she has enough tactical speed to get close and might get the jump on CC turning for home.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, 2 of her last 3 starts are really good. The last 2, as a matter of fact, over fast dirt. Really fast races. I mean, had some advantages in both of those wins, Dan. The race off the layoff in April, a speed favoring track against only 3 other horses. So it felt like she really took advantage that day. Man, she ran pretty well last time, though. Now, I will say Banksting, the horse she beat, who's really nice, got kind of a crazy ride in that race. I don't think Make Mischief necessarily won that race as easily as it looks on paper. But still, I mean, you can't really knock her recent form, and it's not like she hasn't won good races in the past.
Absolutely. She has some back class. She's Grade 1, placed third in the Acorn, albeit in a 5-horse field. Before we get to our top selections, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for all the latest DRF TV offerings, including the Timeform US Pace Casts. Let's take a look at our top pick for the Princess Rooney. I can't go against CC in here, Mike. I just think this is a great spot for her to cut back to 7 furlongs. I don't think the pace will work against her. She'll be running in the stretch.
Yeah, I agree with all those things. And she's just come back with 3 pretty good races this year, Dan. So it just feels like she can still run. Her Apple Blossom was actually a really good performance last time.
5-6 for us in the Grade 2 Princess Rooney. Nice card at Gulfstream Park on Saturday. Best of luck.